Okay. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I'm actually later than late. I was supposed to start at 5, my live at 5, but I have this wonderful class that we're having today up here in Boca at Carmen Care. So, for those of you who didn't make it, you're missing out, you local people. But then I got stuck on the highway. There was a terrible accident. I don't know what it was. Thank God I was behind it, not in it, so it's all good. So here we are. We're going to talk a little bit about Young Living, and my people who follow me know that I am an essential oil lover, and I love the lifestyle that I have come to develop and have right now through Young Living and beyond. So first, the person holding the camera, I have to thank her. She won't turn the camera around to say hello, but Kim Brown, thank you so much for introducing me to Young Living. So let me just tell you briefly who I am. You guys, some of you on Facebook know who I am, but my name is Carla. I happen to be a medical doctor. I'm an MD by training. I went to medical school at University of Miami, and I learned all about Western medicine. I learned everything that I'm supposed to know. I learned about diseases, and I learned about all the drugs that you're supposed to give to treat diseases, because the expression, which was not really spoken but was kind of behind the scenes, is if you are ill, there is a pill. And it has only become bigger and more prominent over the years as Big Pharma has really come to blossom and really getting pills for everything. And not only pills for everything, but when you have a side effect from your pill, there's another pill to treat your side effect, because, why stop the medication when you can just add more? So that is my background. Now, as a physician, I treat people. I'm an anesthesiologist. I use Western medicine all the time. But I've learned that that's not how I want to live my life. I don't want to be taking pills for things. I have medical conditions personally and was taking medications for almost 30 years. And since the end of January, I'm off all prescription medications. Thanks to Young Living, thanks to my essential oils, thanks to my own personal dedication to a health journey that I wanted. I wanted to make changes. I wanted to improve my life. I wanted to get off of that treadmill, that road to nowhere. Not that there isn't a place for medications. There is a place for medications. We all know that. There is a role for antibiotics. There's definitely a role for anesthesia. My profession, you cannot have surgeons. I can't pour enough lavender on you and operate on you. I'm sorry. I wish I could, but I can't. There are places for medications, for sure. But my personal opinion is, and many people agree with me, medications are way overprescribed. And we all, if you have children, anybody who's watching, and you go to the doctor and the kid comes in with a sniffle and the doctor sends you home with an antibiotic, and you know that they have a virus. You know that they have a cold, that they, so why do we have antibiotic resistance? Because we're treating things that don't respond. Viruses don't respond to antibiotics, only bacteria. So this has become the norm. And as a society, we expect a prescription. Like you go in, and if you leave and the doctor says, take some vitamin C and drink some fluids and get some rest, you're like, huh? I came all the way here, I took off from work, I paid a copay, and my kid's still sick, and that's what I get? Is, if they wrote it on a prescription, vitamin C, and they handed it to you, you might be happier. But again, we expect that. That's what we've come to be. And it's not necessary. There's so many options out there. There are so many natural options for most things, okay? And I say that because most things can be treated without prescription medication. So my first thing as a disclaimer, I am a physician, but I'm not your physician. You're a physician. You're a physician. Anybody on Facebook. So what I'm saying is my personal story. It's what's worked for me. And I hope to get people to recognize that these are things that you can do for yourselves, okay? And that with Young Living or with some help in other products, you can make changes that will improve your health. So I got started with Young Living as it's interesting because I really did not have any interest in essential oils. I didn't know what they were, but I liked the way they smelled. That was it. I mean, every time I got together with Kim, her and her son always smelled good. And I always liked smells in my house. You know, my husband hated it. Every time my daughter had a Yankee Candle fundraiser at school, I bought Yankee candles because they smelled good. Candles are bad. Candles are very dangerous. Not because of the fire, but because they're full of toxins, they're full of synthetics, they're full of all kinds of things. If you know, a candle's supposed to smell like root beer, it's it's made in a lab. It's not what it's supposed to be. So I always had candles going. I had plug-ins. I had the apple pie plug-ins in every room, the little things, and I got the, buy one get one free replacements, and so my house always smelled like something because we are also a society that likes smells. We like things, if clothes, the clothes smell clean. Well, what does clean smell like? Clean should smell like nothing, really. It doesn't smell like a scent. The scent is there to make you think it smells good. You come into a clean house and you smell bleach or you smell some type of cleaning product. The house was cleaned. So it's clean. Again, fresh is fresh. You walk out into a fresh meadow, it's going to smell clean, and you're not going to smell like bleach, and it's not going to smell like root beer, and it's not going to smell like any of those things, because those are things that society or companies, by wonderful advertising, have made us believe is what we should be looking for. So I got involved because, it smells good? Okay, sure. And that's what I did. And I started with my diffuser, and I started putting my essential oils in there, and my house smelled good. Okay, now, did I take away my plug-ins at first? No, I didn't realize that they were bad. And as I've come to learn, now this has been a process of 3-4 years of starting to educate myself and say, wait a second, these things are not good. They're full of all of these carcinogenic ingredients, and they're full of endocrine disruptors, and they're full of allergenic components that are making people sick in the world. Therefore, if they're in my house, they could be making me sick. They could be making my daughter, my husband. If you have pets, they could be making your pets sick. So I said, well, if I have a diffuser and I have oils and they smell good, why do I need those other things? So I replaced them. And it's a concept that we call ditch and switch. Ditch the bad and switch to something better. So that is how I started. But I had no intention of making this into a health journey. It was just for the smells. But then as I started to look, and I realized Young Living is an incredible company. And I'm going to talk just briefly about Young Living in a minute. But they are an incredible company because they don't just have essential oils. They have everything, pretty much. I mean, we joke around and say if they had toilet paper, I would never have to go to the store except to buy produce. But I mean, it could be coming. we get new products all the time. So Young Living, if you're listening, toilet paper would be good. Essential oil infused. So in general, I say to people, I'm not here to sell you anything in particular. I started my journey with what we call a premium starter kit. A premium starter kit is an entryway into this company. So the entryway is a diffuser, 12 oils, a bunch of other really amazing products, and then the ability to buy wholesale on everything after that. Okay, so I mean, who doesn't like wholesale? Costco is a huge company because it's wholesale, right? And you buy in bulk. Mm-hmm. Okay, you don't have to buy in bulk with Young Living, but again, you get wholesale. So that is the way in. That is the way most people start, and then you have your ability to buy whatever you want. But when you look at the company, it's everything from toothpaste to shampoo to laundry detergent to household cleaning products to supplements to makeup. Yes, I did a full makeup today, and I actually posted it in our Facebook group.
I saw the pictures.
A before and after, and actually a before, during, and after. I'll show you guys afterwards. Of mineral makeup, which is completely clean, healthy, and not toxic. Because our skin is very porous. People think of the skin as a barrier, but it really is not a barrier. It's actually a major entry point into your body, and a lot of substances get into our bodies that are toxic from our skin. Our personal care products are horrific in what they have in them, and Young Living's products don't have those things in them. So why does it matter? Why does it matter what we're doing, what we're putting on our skin, what we're putting in our air, what we're putting in our bodies? Well, as a physician, I look at our society and I say, we have never known more about science than we do today, yet we are sicker than we have ever been. Okay, we are not getting better. We have more people on medications, yet we're sicker. You know, people are taking statins, one after the other for cholesterol. They say about 25% of the population are taking statins. Are we curing heart disease? No. It has nothing to do with that. That's a Band-Aid. That is a Band-Aid that is not helping people. Now, is it helping them maybe a tiny bit because it's doing something? Who knows? The problem is so many parts. It's what we eat. It's that we don't exercise. It's stress. It's so many parts of our lives, but it's a lot of what we are doing to ourselves and what our government is allowing us to do. Because big pharma, insurance companies, our government, it's all about the mighty dollar. They don't care about us. I mean, I don't mean to be, cruel and harsh and make it into a doom and gloom, but they care about, whose pockets are being lined, who's making the money. That's all they care about. Every now and then they'll say, oh, we shouldn't do that because, that might cause problems. Well, no, probably is because it's going to cause Big Pharma to lose some money. So, one hand washes the other. So, autism, cancer, autoimmune disease, infertility, allergies. I mean, those are just some of the things. Think about it. How many people you know that have all of those things? People say, oh, well, infertility is because people are having babies later. Yeah, well, ask the girl who's 25 years old who can't get pregnant. It's happening at all ages. Cancer. Cancer used to be a disease of, rarely in young people. It was always somebody in their 70s or 80s. And maybe it's because we were younger and we didn't notice. But aggressive cancers in people in their 30s and 20s and young 40s. And you say, geez, what is going on? Like, how do we stop this? And the answer, in my opinion, is we stop this. Because the other people, the powers, aren't going to stop it for us. They're going to continue to do what they're doing, and they're going to continue to add more things and more Band-Aids and more Band-Aids and more Band-Aids. But they're not going to take away the things because there's too much money. So as a society, as a person, as myself, I get to make my choice. I get to choose what gets put into my home. I get to choose what gets put into my body. And that's what I can control. Okay? And my husband says, no, well, we stopped using the microwave, but if we go to a restaurant, if they use the microwave, they're going to heat up the food in the microwave. Okay, I can't control that. I don't have to go to that restaurant. I can eat at home all the time. And I do eat at home most of the time. So I'm okay with most of the time. So what you do in your house, we call it, you are the gatekeeper. You are the controller of what happens in your home. You are the controller of what goes into your body. So I choose the products I want on my skin. I choose the products I don't want on my skin. I've even taught my daughter to, when she goes out, to choose makeup. Because she uses most of the Young Living makeup because it's good. But, Mommy, they don't have concealer. Okay, make a concealer. Take the foundation. Okay, you want a concealer? Fine. She uses, there are 2 apps that I recommend to people. One is Think Dirty app, and the other one is EWG, healthyliving.org, the environmental working group, or just Healthy Living app, where they are independent companies that rate products and rate them on their ingredients and why these ingredients may be good or bad. So she'll take the app and she'll go to the store and she'll scan the product, or she'll look it up and it's an 8, can't come in. Like, she knows an 8 will not come into my house. And if it comes into my house when she's sleeping, it gets thrown out. It gets thrown out. Sorry. You know, that's it. Here's your $20 back or whatever you spend. I'm generous. I'll give her back the money. Try again. You know, like, but if it's a 1 or a 2, it can come in the house. I prefer if she buys through Young Living because I trust them 100%. But if I know she's choosing wisely, I'm okay with it. Okay? So, Young Living. What is Young Living? Young Living is a company that's based out of Utah. It's an American-based company that has been around for 25 years. 25 years of doing essential oils and beyond. They have over 600 products, like I said, everything from toothpaste, baby care products, animal products, you name it, pretty much we have it. But what makes it so special is a phrase that they use, which is called seed to seal. And by that, they mean from the seeds of plants that they grow. And they grow them because they own their own farms. So all their essential oils, unlike every other essential oil company on, these major companies that are selling online, in Whole Foods, wherever it may be, we're the company that owns the farms that can say what's in our products. They choose the seeds, the best, most robust seeds. They plant them. They know that the plants, everything is watered properly, no pesticides. Hand weeding. They have people that go out and pull weeds by hand. Now, I have been to one of the farms in Utah, and it is incredible. I've watched them distill the oils right there on site, and the quality of what they do is amazing. They test every batch of oil 3 times with minimum of 8 tests on each oil. And if it doesn't pass their standards, which there are no industry standards. We make our own standards. So a company can put out junk, and they do all the time. I mean, have you ever been to the dollar store and seen essential oils? Yeah, that's encouraging. Yeah, I want to put that in my body. There's no standard. So Young Living, who's been around, one of the longest companies, there are a couple of others that have been around a little bit longer with a handful of products. They set the standard, and they set the bar really darn high. And if their product doesn't meet that standard, that oil does not get sold, does not get put into the marketplace. Now, they will use it for other things. They might use it for testing, you can use it for product comparison. They can use it, sometimes they'll use it for actually as their own equivalent of a pesticide, I guess, if you want to call it, for lack of a better term, to keep some of these critters away off of their plants. Because the standard is so high, it's just not high enough for us to have to, put it on our bodies. So that, in and of itself, was something that sold me. I've been to Whole Foods and I've picked up their lemon essential oil that says not for internal use. Okay, so you're telling me this is 100% lemon essential oil, but I cannot ingest it. Why? What is in your bottle of lemon oil? And the answer is it's either synthetic, it's diluted, or they use some type of chemical solvent for distillation that I wouldn't want it internal. Young Living uses steam, water, purified water. That is it. So the whole combination just resonated beautifully with me. It just said, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense for what I want. Now, this was not how I started. My intention was just to have a few oils that smelled good. Actually, there was a couple of oils in the beginning that I wanted. One was an oil for Stinky, which was, my daughter played tennis, so I wanted stuff for the sneaky tennis room where all the tennis sneakers went and the door shut because it smelled horrible. And I have now quite a few oils for that, so that room doesn't smell at all anymore. I wanted an oil for energy, which I have plenty of them. And I wanted an oil to help me sleep. And that was what I wanted. But as I've come to learn, I want now a lifestyle. I want a lifestyle that's going to provide me with all clean products. Everything from when I wash my face and I brush my teeth and I put on my moisturizer and I put on my makeup and I put products in my hair and I clean my house and I walk around barefoot and I do my dishes and I know that everything that's getting absorbed in all these different places, I don't have to worry about. And every time Young Living comes out with a new product, Kim and I have been on those apps checking the ingredients, and they're always perfect. And I almost want to say each time I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna look at the next one, and I look anyway, and you know what? That's fine. I look, and I'm happy. I'm happy I look because it just reinforces it that much more, one more time, that I made a good choice, that I made the right choice. So, Young Living is a lifestyle for me, and it can be a lifestyle for anybody. The starter kit is really the entry point that people use to get into that lifestyle. And some people may already be on that lifestyle. Some people watching, some of you guys, you may already be on a healthy journey. And it's just a matter of tweaking it a little bit and adding things and adjusting and continuing even more to make that lifestyle better. I didn't know I needed new water. I mean, Young Living doesn't sell water, but I used to drink bottled water. It was natural springs or what, like you think, oh yeah, it's good. Until I found out that, oh my God, plastic bottles leach all of these xenoestrogens, these fake hormones into my body that could be affecting my health. So I stopped drinking bottled water and I started drinking, water. I got glass bottles and stainless steel bottles and then I got a nice water filter because I said, okay, now I need to have water because I don't have bottled water. I need to have water somewhere. Again, that was part of this journey that this has taken me onto, that has nothing to do with Young Living. It's just a matter of taking it that much further, another layer, another step. Now, Young Living fits into any lifestyle. If you are looking for health and wellness, you can incorporate Young Living into your life because is there an oil for that? There's always an oil for that. There's an oil for pretty much everything. Is it going to cure you? I'm not going to tell you it's going to cure you because it's not just going to be oils that's going to make the difference in your lifestyle journey. Okay? You have to potentially make adjustments in your diet and adjustments in your stress, which oils can help with, and adjustments maybe in your exercise, and your water, and other things that are going to come into play to make your lifestyle journey what you want. Okay? Oils are not Band-Aids. We have a couple of essential oils that you can apply that might fix a bad tummy ache or some sore muscles. But for the most part, what we do is not something you're going to see and feel and say, oh yeah, that made a difference. I know tomorrow that what I did yesterday was working. Okay, when you go and you take your multivitamin every day, do you really feel any different? No, but you're taking it because for insurance, that it has all the stuff in there that you want it to be doing. Now, when we talk about supplements, just so you know, most of your supplements that you're taking are getting flushed down the toilet, so because your body doesn't know how to absorb them. If you're not taking in plant-based products, your body doesn't recognize these synthetic-made products. So Young Living has an entire line of supplements which not only have plant-based and wonderful ingredients, but they also have essential oils which are there to help increase the absorption. So when you're taking them, you are taking them and knowing that they're getting into your body. So when I take my quote-unquote multivitamin, do I feel better at that exact moment? No, but I know that what I'm taking is doing its job, and I'm not flushing it down the toilet. Now, I used to take multivitamins from other companies, but I've switched because I've learned that I could do better. So what I encourage people to do is make a wish list. Kind of say, okay, these are my, I don't want to say diseases, my health issues, my areas that I'm working on. Whether I'm working on sleep, or I'm working on my hormones, or I'm working on my energy, or whatever it is, there's always going to be categories. And you make your categories, and then we can help you incorporate products and lifestyle changes into those categories to make it fit, to make it work. Knowing that, again, the starter kit is your way in to get your wholesale, because who wants to pay retail? I mean, I don't. I prefer to get things on sale. So, Young Living has so many opportunities. They have, besides the wholesale membership, they have a monthly ordering program. And the monthly ordering program is not one of those programs where you auto ship. Like, oh wait, I didn't finish my vitamins from last month. I don't want another bottle. No, it doesn't work that way. This is tailored monthly ship, where you pick what you want to order each month. This month I want laundry soap and toothpaste and shampoo, and I need new mascara, and I forgot I needed my Nature Red supplement. So that's this month. But next month I need 6 other different things, or 7 or 8. And you make it different each single month, and you get your monthly wellness box with what you want, all at wholesale. Plus you get Essential Rewards points, which is a way of getting free products and freebies and all kinds of great stuff, because they're extremely generous, this company. So it is just a combination of ways of getting more products. That ditch and switch that we talked about, that is how it is best designed. You ditch and switch on a monthly basis. I mean, more power to you. If you have thousands of dollars and you want to throw everything away that's bad in your house and buy it all fresh today, I'll sign you up right now. But if you don't, which most people don't, most people can't just do that, then you do it on a month-by-month basis. You do your kitchen, you do your bathroom, you do, whatever is the priority. Like, take the system, your body system, which you want to work on most, and replace that one first. Now, the thing which was hardest for me was when I first started learning this stuff, I couldn't unlearn it. I couldn't unknow it. I couldn't look back at something that I know is now I look at it and go, that's bad for me, and say I can continue using it. Now, I'm not telling people to throw away perfectly good makeup or whatever, but is it perfectly good? It may apply and it may work, but if you start to look at the ingredients, is it really what you want? So I donated a few things, not that I wanted them to have bad stuff, but I felt at least I was doing something good by giving it away to somebody who couldn't afford good or bad. And I switched out month by month by month. And I don't think there's anything in my house at this point that I haven't switched over to a healthier option. And that makes me feel good. Now, if 3 months from now they turn around and say X ingredient isn't good and it's in one of Young Living's products, I'd probably stop using it, but you know what'll happen? Young Living will reformulate, because they'll get the information, and with their 50 scientists on staff for them, they'll say, oh, wait a minute, we didn't know that. The science has changed. Let's reformulate this product and make it better. I mean, there aren't companies out there that do that. I'm not going to start naming companies, but you've all been to the supermarket. You go to the store and you see this greenwashing, oh, it's natural, it has waterfalls, and it's green, and or it says eco something, or it's, green works, or, I mean, or the old-fashioned labels, like Mrs. Meyer's. Oh, those, I used to think those were perfect. Look at the ingredients. They're not. You throw in fragrance. Fragrance is a catch-all phrase of about 3,000 chemical ingredients that are proprietary, that the companies don't have to reveal, but contain the carcinogenics, the allergenics, the endocrine disruptors. They're all in there, but they don't have to tell you what they are. And our federal government also says that they don't have to reveal all their ingredients on their label. If it's lower than a certain percentage, it doesn't even have to be on the label. Not with Young Living. Every single ingredient, whether it's there in this one molecule, it's on the label. Okay? Open book. That's what I want. I want to know what I'm getting. So that's kind of the end of the formal discussion, so we can we'll end the Facebook Live. So for anybody watching and you guys want more information, please comment, message me privately, and we can chat more. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for my regular Live in 5.